Welcome back to another game. Rating 2099, playing I think our highest rated opponent so far, 2162. Into the main line of Geet. So they only play Rapid, 30, it says 31 games of Rapid but 34 games total, but not played anything else. Maybe they've had a couple of friendly games, I don't know. Everything working okay, I think so. Cool, so they push, we push. So standard Van Geet, 2 knights coming out, bishop out there, put pressure on f7. Most common about c5, we see quite a lot. And if they've only played 30 games, and what their win rate would be. So yeah, like I say, c5, maybe knight f6. Now c5 in kind of transposition. Bishop is a bit strange, but perfectly fine. As soon as the knight comes here, we're playing a foul. That's interesting. So now on h3, we pick up the bishop pair. That's really good for us, isn't it? And then we're going to land a knight in here. Maybe queen over here, pawn up and start an attack. Don't know if I'm missing anything. I'll just play h3. Kind of deem that his light square bishop isn't much value. I'd have kind of said you should maybe have played to exchange it on e6, because my light square bishop's really useful on this diagonal, hitting the f7 pawn, and if you castle, it's pinned against your king. So that's nice. So he's done it to provoke h3, which is a move I was happy enough playing anyway. Seems a bit of a waste of time, that to me. The knight there doesn't yield anything yet, so I'm happy to go and castle. I don't, yeah. This can be often a manoeuvre people go for. You obviously think there's some value in playing h3, which I don't see personally, but there we go. Now d3, I think is the right idea here. And now the kind of standard manoeuvre is knight h4 going into f5. But does that only work when there's a pawn on c5? So that's the kind of standard manoeuvre. If I go here, the idea being if they take the pawn, there, usually I could then take the bishop. But I can't in this particular line, can I? But do I have this, and then on takes, do I have knight up there because the pawn's pinned? So there takes there, down a knight and a pawn. No, because maybe, because if I take back and down a pawn, I'm hitting the rook. If the rook moves, then I can take it. So I think it might still work. You know, so there. Drop a pawn, I go up there. Can't take there. If they take there, I'm down a pawn and a knight. I take back, I'm down a pawn, and I'm attacking the rook. And with that kind of clearance, my rook comes through. It's a pawn. So I pick up an exchange in that line. It's a bit double-edged. And instead move the rook and pick up a knight. So that's no good for them. I don't have a return route, do I? Move the king. Or just play a4, which is a useful move. Start a4. I don't. There's a lot of complications. I don't think I could quite get it to work. So the other idea, can I? Yes, I can convert. Fine. It's one idea. I'll try and undermine the centre, but does that just expose my d pawn? I don't think I really want to do that yet. Am I playing for sacrifices over here? If I could line up that and the queen. Let's just check this again. So there. Maybe it does. So there, there, there. No, not that. No. It's not there either, it's there. Save the rook. So I'm pawn for knight. My knight's a bit stuck. Only if you break the pin. So if you go there. Might be a mistake. If I can land a knight there, that's really nice. And I'll definitely eye up some sacrifice ideas then. I think I'm going to have a bishop there and the queen where the bishop is on this kind of battery. And that'll be pretty good. I'm saying he's got to be calculating this, but I think there is my idea. Attacking the rook, and if the rook ever moves, it's difficult for you to then. Yeah. But now here. And again, the knights don't have too many squares, so like king here, pawn up could be an issue. But we've landed our knight nicely on f5, paving the way for like an f4 idea, and your h6 pawn is permanently an issue. Yeah, this is nice. We've also got the option of taking this kind of at will, but I think my knight is super strong here. I like this now. Bishop goes there to oppose me. Yeah, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? Does a sacrifice work? Maybe. You just get the feeling that there's things in this position, but so if we take, maybe rook takes. I think there you're going to be taken with the pawn, right? And then I can blow up your position. Is it any good? Maybe I go there, and then queen takes. It's annoying. I've definitely got the advantage. Just what's the move? I suppose he can always try and dislodge me as well by bringing his knight back. So maybe I'll just take this time to chop here. But then if the pawn takes, then which I think will happen. Then am I forced to take there, and then queen takes? I kind of like that though. I've always got the play on the f-pawn. Maybe it was just slide it over here is what you have to do. I don't know. Couldn't see anything immediate. It takes with the rook, so that is surprising, I'd say. Because it leaves my knight there and really difficult to move. An option. I'm going to be worried about the fork. No. But does trading do anything for me? Brings my queen in, but I mean this is the other option. But your dark square bishop's pretty naff, and this gives it a bit of a trade option. Maybe I just do that and threaten that. Because if I take him and get a queen there, that's going to be annoying for you to defend long term. But then here, then push, takes. Maybe I'll try and crash through the middle. I need a good plan. I snap it off and replace it with this knight? Or maybe I take and play f4. So if you take and you take with the pawn, f4, f5. Seems kind of nice. Because they've really got one damaging knight, which is only really useful for when they try and trade it off. So if they take and they take the queen, then I can replace it with my knight, or maybe f4 still. Let's go for that plan. I'm already down under 6 minutes, so we need to go for a plan. I need to do something. And I think I'm going to be following it up with f4 regardless of what takes back here. My knight was really strong there and his bishop was pretty useless, but f4, f5 had some promise. Or just a simple route like this. Do I need f4? Because if I do if I play this all the way up to f5, what does that give me? Maybe I just replace it. Keep f4 in my pocket for when I need it. f4, attack the queen will move maybe in an attacking vein. And then next we'll do this maneuver. And we'll keep f4 for when we need it. I'm the one with the pawn break. Yeah, although knight back there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trading off into an equal endgame. So it's a lot, don't I? But if this was like a couple of hours game, it'd be nice to kind of pore over the plans that I missed here. Yeah, so you're just going to play your knight back there. But I'm going queen here and queen over. So queen there, knight back. Maybe I'm trading and then moving my queen over, threatening this. You're moving your knight back. I'm pushing on. Is this one of the last times to eye up this sacrifice? Maybe I play f4 now. That's got nothing in this position. Maybe this is an I. Maybe I just say you can have it. I'm going here. Yeah. This rook's a bit misplaced. Do I try and preserve? If I go over, it takes. Yeah, so maybe if I go over, I'm in time to do that, aren't I? Because if you take I take, hit your rook, moves back, say, and I take there. Okay, so if I go there, what if you move horizontally, and then takes there and there? There, moves horizontally. Then I pick up here. So if I go there, takes there. I take there, you take there. Take there. I think we can get away with it. We might end up trading. Or I take. I've got to make a move. It's too slow. Threatening mate. This now looks good. I'm pushing the pawn. This, no, because then it can get taken. Oh, this nut. This nut push takes. There's no takes at the end of the line because I go there, but there is a pin. There's a pin. No, is it pinned? No. I don't know. Because this knight's basically pinned for the mate. So that needs to take here, right? There. Coming up. Kind of an X-ray there. There might be some potential. So there. Now if like rook goes here, boom, hit with the discovery. So the rook's kind of a bit tied down. So this is a threat to win a pawn. This is a threat to win a knight. Knight takes pawn. You get this line. Yeah, there's no way you can replace the rook with the knight because it require you to move the knight, which gets you mated. Just repeating. look, I can get back over the 2100 mark with a repeat, but I'm definitely doing well in this position. Yeah, if you go there, I'm four. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I see what you did there. Now you bring it back. Then we can trade there. Takes the bishop to take back. Actually, no, don't pre-move because he could take with the other knight. So that knight takes, rook takes. Your rook's still half pinned. And actually, if we get this, I can double up, which is only going to be useful. So it takes that way. Doesn't blunder mate in one. This is interesting. Well, no, you can't do that because you drop your knight. Can you run your king away somewhere? Like this is interesting. No, because with the current configuration, still no. Because if you go there, I double up, but I don't have to do anything. And then if you take, check. Yeah, that is interesting, but what if I just play queen up? Or queen down? If I go queen down, then you can pin me. So I go queen up. No, you can't pin me, because I've got a knight there. Maybe queen back is better because this knight is super strong. I'm kind of covering the infiltration squares because if I get up, then queen back, and then what do? I want to go queen back, and if we push the pawn, I'm happy to go back. Yeah, there's no queen there. You could go here to then pin me. Over it there, then there's some check ideas. And then I'll bring this back over here. I think we're doing okay. I think I want to move the rook out of the way of being in the firing line. So back here, also covering any check king lines. There was a square maybe that my queen wanted to frequent. So his rook is free to move, so like rook here is an option. I think I'm fine with you coming down here though. I suppose that, yeah, it blocks my rook from getting in there that way, and it stops my H pawn from rolling. But I think, yeah, this is too slow. It's pretty solid, isn't it? Knight's a bit of a god on F5. So maybe you just play to snap it off. Maybe play queen back to play pawn up. Well, actually, I can always snap this off. Yeah, so I think moving this rook back here, this rook over here, maybe with b3 inserted. Although I'm not so bothered if you go gobbling my pawns over here. This is interesting. I can play rook h4, which I hadn't really looked at before. You can't stop me from taking there. Okay, that does nothing for the position, does it? Let's double up. And if you take, no, takes, check. I don't think you can get away with taking, but maybe you can. Rook there takes an over. b3 super solid. Not, I don't think that's in the spirit of what I should have played, but it's too passive. I think that is good. I think this is good as well. How do I break this down? He just wants to move his queen, yeah. So you just drop back. Missed. Well, I can go queen up. Maybe I should have played queen up last move. Hit the rook, hit the pawn. No, I hit the rook, hit the pawn in my own time. It's kind of a solid structure. Got this backward c2 pawn at the centre of everything. Okay. Can you get away with that? Double up rooks. There, you put your rook over, I take. Nothing's currently hanging. So you can move your knight now. And maybe a rook over this and threats with this. Like, you can move your knight, but would you want to play into this? A check there, check. No, there. Check. We lose an exchange. No, you can't move your knight yet. Is this still good? I'm gonna gobble here. I should maybe be thinking about doubling. Maybe I should be thinking about doubling last move. Okay, so it takes this. There, and there. Let's get greedy. So how do you stop there and there? And again, you've put yourself, your king's got no, I suppose check there, check, you block with a knight. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna, if I double my rooks, I'm in a really strong position. This is good. Okay, forces me to double my pieces. Here, you're playing, no, because then you drop a knight. Okay, this is good. I go back. And I play this. Still can't play this. This is good. This feels like a really good suffocating complex I've got here. He's gone back into the pin line. I've got my doubled rooks. I've basically got all the things that I wanted. I've picked up the H pawn, I've got a good structure, I've got doubled rooks, your queen is kind of offside. Maybe you'll play this. And like that does nothing. I'm also realising once I play this, I'm assuming I'm going to get to take. Rook can take. I've got knight h6, which when taken I pick up the rook, assuming that the queen can't get onto my g2 pawn and mate me. And then I'll have 3 on here. That's just going to be game over, I think, after h5. Anytime the knight moves, it's mate. You play f6, I pick up the knight. Still going to be mate. Don't see what you do here, because the knight's covering this square. If you jump forward, it's check. Let's go. Let's go. We take down our best opponent so far with a Van Geet. So yeah, main line here. Bishop out there was a bit of a weird move. So on h3, yeah, it says go. So it goes back to oppose my bishop on e6. So I think this is a bit of a waste of time with +5 here. I wonder if I put on what do I want to show? The book. Okay. It's in the lead chess database on, let's say, 1800 onwards, blitz games onwards. Let's do that. White wins 67% of these games. Yeah, that's why I play. Yeah. So let's take the pawn. Why would you even consider taking the pawn? Ah, because you fork it back at the end. Okay. Interesting. So let's look at this line that I was thinking. So knight takes e4, yeah, knight g6. And then here, what if you move the rook? Take there, and then this. Really? Why queen up? Because then if you take the bishop, you take the knight. What's that? 3, 6, 7 pawns. 7 pawns. Okay. Fine, but I went for it and it was half decent. Now I landed a knight here, which was just so good for the whole game. Yeah, bishop b5. So I lose a bit of my advantage here. I wanted f4. I lose all of my advantage here. I wanted f4. I wanted f4. Okay, so you can take it. So takes. Do you move laterally? Yeah, over there. And I presumed you couldn't take. Yeah, because of this. Yeah. So what did I? So here I was going to take the central pawn. Okay, I just get kicked out though, and then you infiltrate. And I'll probably lose the f pawn. Okay, so that was a bit much, but they don't go for it, and now f4 is good. I go back. They could have repeated, but they play on because they're higher rated. But they just got no play in this position. That felt, yeah, weakening. I go back. Yeah, rook h4, go after the pawn. It's +2. So this is plus 2.5 there. Pick up the pawn. Queen back, yeah, rook over. It's +4, yeah. Just pick the right plans from here. Yeah, h5. Game over. Great win. Thanks for watching. Gotham Chess, be ready.